On a night like any other, the moon peered down below on the planet began to cover with its warm, inviting glow. Its focus was drawn to a particular part, where a girl sat looking so fair. It wasn't until it shooed away the dark that it noticed her sadness and despair. It called for help for a familiar face, a crow by the name of Hel. This crow was obsessed with the moon's embrace and often stalked where it fell. Hel looked upon the upset young lady and felt the feeling contagious. Her sadness, what causes it? Io thought shady. Hel's attempt was very courageous. The girl took the crow's cause to be mocking-like and flailed to scare Hel away. She was hit by a leg, an unintended strike. Still, the crow hobbled back from the fray, feeling shunned, embarrassed, and a little sore. She begged the moon for an explanation. Why am I rejected? I looked to help more. Gone had all her elation. The moon felt sympathy towards small Hel and asked a question in return. Would you help heal if it meant a farewell to the life you currently concern? It knew her answer and sparkled bright. It had noticed the gift of empathy Hel had. It covered her in that familiar warm light, instantaneously removing her sad. In her new form, she still looked so dark, but tainted with a hopeful gold glow, just like the moon who she loved in the park. She bestowed comfort to those below. It had been some time since the moon had a look at what had been happening in the world of Hel. It poured its glow towards her nook and caught her in a state of dwell. It looked like she was trying her best, but the world had taken and taken. She was feeling lost and needed much rest, but it was time for her to awaken. Hel woke from her slumber, her mark scalding hot, her vision painfully blurry. When the effects had subsided, her brows furrowed taut. What she saw before her got her up in a scurry. A group of ghosts dancing on the lake. They took notice of her sharp golden stare and quickly made to dissipate. Oh, but one who was caught unaware. This ghost seemed sorrowful, unlike the rest. Hel still, though, approached with care. Can you help me? A voice whispered in distress. I've lost my mother, and nobody can tell me where. Hel picked up the young ghost, pulling it to her chest, surprised it was able to be held. Once again, she continued to do her best to help those who had needs to be quelled. On she traveled, trusting her intuition, despite the lack of information. Inside, she felt uneasy about her mission. It did not help her concentration. Finally, they arrived after traveling all that way. But as she stared, she felt her heart break. In front of her and the ghost, at complete disarray, fire consuming all in its wake. Just then, before all her hope had died, a flicker to the side caught her attention. Appearing before them both, its eyes bulging wide, an older figure appeared from another dimension. The younger ghost quickly broke itself from Hell's hold. It flew to hug the older presence. Despite the clear tragedy, the reunion was gold, and she watched them disappear together in Pleasance. Waiting, wondering, what does she do now? A flyer found its way to her face. Was it coincidence, or was it fate's bow? As hope grew again in her space,